Hello designers, welcome back to Alakege YouTube channel, and this is the day 2 of the 30 days pattern drafting challenge. So in this tutorial we'll be learning this conical underbust corset. So if you're new here, kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for joining again. So for the next 30 days, we're going to be getting a tutorial every day, and this is the day 2, and we're going to be drafting this pattern. So get your basic bodies ready and let's dive into this tutorial. So you're going to need your basic bodies like this, and the first thing we're going to do is to do the underbust tightening. So I'll be tightening the underbust on my pattern. So first thing, you're going to check what you have on your underbust, and whatever excess you have there is what you're going to use to tighten your underbust. So I have a very detailed tutorial on this already on this channel, so if you're interested in that, you can check the linked comment, the pinned comment. Okay, I'm going to link it there for you so you can check that out. So after you've tightened your underbust, come to your blouse length. At the dart there, just open your dart leg by 0.25 on both sides. Can you see how I did it there? Then connect your dart from the underbust to the waistline, then from the waistline to that point. So we just want to tighten that blouse length a little, so that's why we open it up by 0.25 on both sides of the dart leg. So right now I want to snatch the waist of the corset, so I'll be using 3 inches to snatch the waist. So 3 divided by 4, that's 0.75, and on the waistline I'm going to divide whatever I have there by 2. Then I'll use that 0.75 to plot a new dart. So let's say you want to snatch your waist by 2, that means you're going to use 0.5 to plot a dart. And if you are snatching your waist by 4 inches, that means you're going to use 1 inch to snatch your waist. So that's what you're going to use to create another dart, and that way you snatch the waist on the waistline. Can you see how I connected to the underbust line? And that's what I did there. So on the underbust here, I went up by 1.5, and I'll connect it up there like this, just to give a kind of curve there. So that's what I did there. So come to your neck point, open it by ½ inch, then go down by between 5.5 to 6 or 7, depending on how deep you want your neckline to be. Then come to your chest line or below your chest line by ½ inch and connect it together just to get the neckline like this. Or you can go for any neckline of your choice. Right now I'm going to be taking a gaping dart of 0.375 or 0.5. I did 0.375 here, but you can do 0.5 just for the neckline not to gape there. Okay, so you're going to take that. Then the next thing is to come to the neck point and take ½ inch for your shoulder tightening dart. So this way your fabric is going to relax on your shoulder area and it will not gape around there. So 0.5 there is what you're going to take. So after that, I'll go ahead to mark the midpoint between my neck point and shoulder point and connect it to the bust point. So you can decide to do your armhole tightening instead of doing the shoulder. You can roll a shoulder style line or armhole style line. So I tend to just go with the shoulder or princess dart instead of the armhole princess dart. So you can decide to work with any of those darts, any of the princess darts, maybe the shoulder princess dart or the armhole princess dart. So this is what I have for my front pattern. So let's move to the back. So at the back there, we don't really have so much to do. So we're going to first plot a dart. You know, the dart that you plot at the front, okay, to snatch the waist. That's exactly what I'll be doing at the back. To 0.75 that I use to plot the dart at the front, I will do the same thing at the back. So this way we snatch the waist at the back too. So after doing that, you can now determine your neckline. So I want to label this. The front is F1, F2, and F3 like this. Okay, so the back is B1, B2, B3. That's back 1, back 2, back 3. So at the center back, you're going to determine the gap at the back. You know, when you lace your corset at the back, that gap at the back there, so how wide you want it. So I just mark 1 inch for this, but you can decide to open it as much as you want. So I'm crossing it out so that you know that that part is going out of your pattern, and you're going to have your eyelet at this point where I just mark like so. So on your at the back here, you are going to determine your yoke, because we're going to remove the yoke at the back so that we can get the back very well. So you can determine where you want your yoke to start or stop. So I just sweat down a little from the chest line, then connect it to the armhole like this. So that's how I cut out my yoke for the back. So you can now determine the kind of neckline styling you want at the back. So I can just leave it like this. In the original style inspiration that we use, the neckline was left like this. So right now I'm just taking the shoulder dart, just like I did at the front, but at the back you're going to just take 0.25, and I marked a keyhole neckline too at the back. So I'm just showing us the neckline option that you can have at the back. You can just have your full yoke, or you can go with the keyhole or yoke. Okay, so I marked the gaping dart at that keyhole too. So if you have a full neckline at the back, you don't need to take the gaping dart there. So right now I want to tie the line at the front. So I went down by 1.5. I wanted to do 2 inches, but the pattern was not enough, so I just do 1.5. Then on the dart leg there, I went up by 2.5, then connected together like this. Then at the side, I went up by 1 inch. Okay, I went up by 1 inch and connect it like this. So this is the M-line styling that I did here. So I did the same thing at the back, 1 inch on this side and 1.5 here. So you can decide to do the same thing that you did at the front by going in by 2.5, or by just do 1.5 here, just not the back to not be too high there. So that's the neckline styling that I did here. So the conical shape, we're going to be adding that after we cut out our pattern. So right now I'm going to be blending my pattern here so that I can cut it. So make sure you blend out your pattern blending or truing your pattern is very important, so that all sides will be equal, and when you're joining them together, one side will not be short. Okay, so right now I want to close my bust dart. So you cut out you cut your pattern open like this, and you use your masking tape to tape it down like this. Okay, so once you tape down your pattern, then you go ahead to just cut it open. Okay, so you will blend it at this side. Okay, make sure you blend at this side, and also I want to go up on this side by 1/2 inch from the underbust. Okay, from the underbust I go up by 1/2 inch and connect it just a little curve there. You know, we'll be cutting out the underbust out because this is an underbust corset, so we're going to be cutting it out from the underbust like this. Just watch how I'm going to be cutting each of the pattern, how I will be doing my blending and all of that. So just follow the cutting part carefully. That's why I did not fast forward it too much, so you can see how I'll be cutting the pattern slowly like this. So make sure you close your gaping dart that you take. So at the center front here, I'll close the gaping dart there. Make sure you, after you close it, you reblend your pattern too. Okay, so I will reblend my pattern, then cut out the rest of my pattern. Don't forget your shoulder tightening that at the front is 1/2 inch, at the back is 0.25. Okay, so you can leave your pattern like this if you don't want it to have the shoulder dart. I'm just showing us that you can decide to cut a pattern this way and not have any shoulder dart or even an armhole dart, but I'm just splitting it here just to show us different possibilities. Okay, so ask your questions in the comment section, and if you'd like to see a sewing tutorial of this, let me know in the comment section too. I want to hear from us. So ask your question in the comment section, and I'm labeling my pattern. I'm writing my allocation so that we know what to cut when I'm cutting it out. Then let's come to the back. I will do my blending too. So reblend your pattern and cut it out. Okay, so the cutting part is what I really want us to see very well, so that's why I left it like this, so we can see how I'm cutting my pattern. Okay, so the yoke too, from the style that we were working with, you use your fashion fabric. Okay, not like because it is yoke you have to use net. You know, you're going to use a fashion fabric. This is not net. Okay, so close your gaping dart at the back too. Okay, because I did the keyhole yoke styling. So if you do not do the keyhole yoke styling, you have a full yoke at the back, then you don't need to take the keeping that we have here. So after I'm done cutting my pattern, I'm going to just put everything together. So make sure you label your pattern, okay? Labeling is very, very important when you're working with patterns. So right now we're going to be adding the conical shape to the side. So the conical shape is just a little bit of exaggeration at this from the waistline to the hem of your blouse. So I'm going to get another pattern paper and glue it. Okay, I'll glue it to this. So once I glue it, then I will go ahead to add the shape. So I did about 2.5 to 3 here. So you can actually just do maybe 1 or 2 if you don't want it to be too like wide at the hip area there, depending on the shape you're working with, because there's some conical corsets that they are very, very exaggerated at the hip. The conical corset concept is to give an exaggerated hip illusion, like hip illusion. So that's what a conical corset is. So, and that's what I want to add to this side. So you can make it as exaggerated as you want or as minimal as you want it. So I did 2.5, I think 2.5 here. Then I will use my cover just to connect it. Just watch how I'm going to be doing that. So after I've done this here, then I'll just blend it. Okay, I'll blend it like so, just to have it like that. So this is the front that I did here. So I will do the same thing at the back too. So I want to measure what I have at the front so that we use it for the back. Okay, so I'll still use my, after I've cut out the front, I'll still use the front to check the back, because we need all sides to be equal. Okay, this is important when you're working with pattern. So let me cut the front now. So after cutting the front, then I will use it to check the back to if what I have there is equal with the front. So I check it and it was a little bit longer, so I just reblend it here, then cut it out like so. So that's all for this tutorial. Like I said, if you want a sewing tutorial, so we can have a sewing challenge, you can comment sewing in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and also share it with fellow designers too. Okay, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? There's a lot of tutorials coming up that you're going to really learn a lot from. So subscribe to this channel, click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification. Thank you very much for your comments and your likes and for watching the tutorial. So see you on day 3. Yes, see you tomorrow. Another tutorial will be done tomorrow. Bye.